And hello everyone, Gabe the Izzard here. I am here with all of these buzzards at a place that is in the westernmost point of Pulaski County and the easternmost part of Saline County. That's Saline, and this is Pulaski. I am at the basic headwaters of Fourche Creek. It travels starting from the westernmost point, which is that way. You can see it's right here. It's actually going on to private property this way. But this is the very first road crossing of Fourche Creek. All of these buzzards, which are there and right there, are waiting to munch on the carcass of that deer right down there. I think I'm disturbing them. But this is Fourche Creek. It is a 24-mile approximate creek that flows, like I say, from just in Saline County, right over here, through the southern part of Little Rock into the Arkansas River. And I am going to travel along all of the crossings that the road crosses Fourche Creek all the way down to the Arkansas River. It's pretty cool. I'm out here in the country. There's not much water flowing. That is basically it right there. And a deer carcass. I really am disturbing their feast. I'm going to go on to the next one. That's the bridge I was just at, and Fourche Creek travels that way no more than about a quarter of a mile up into that private property there. But like I say, this is the first crossing, and I am on County Line Road, Pulaski County, Saline County. I'm here on Lawson Road now, and Fourche Creek is joining and gaining a little bit of volume here. It's running right through here underneath this bridge. Fourche Creek in the rural section gains a lot of water from the hills that are around here, and it also is a natural filter for a lot of the septic water that runs off. As you can see, the creek flows right under this bridge right here. Like I say, it's gaining a little volume, and there's actually some fish that are inside of there. Still pretty tranquil. And then on the other side of the bridge, I see lots of fish that are down in there. And a tire. But Fourche Creek is a natural barrier for property lines and runs through private property. I'm a couple miles down the road off of Lawson. I turned onto Sparks Road, and here is the next crossing of Fourche Creek. Not near as much water flowing through here. It kind of puddles up here and there. Today is the first day that it's rained in over 30 days. Today is October 26th, 2024. But I believe these puddles were just here probably as it's been drying up. A little bit of tires down here. Nice shale stone there, but it just meanders back on in there. That's where the water's standing. Now this is a pretty wide bridge, and you can see where it has flooded and washed some debris up, piling up right there. So it can get pretty wide and pretty fast down here. And we're only on road miles about 4 miles from where we started, but as a crow flies, probably only 1.5 miles, maybe 2 miles. But water will flow down here also. But the primary part of the creek is right there. Fourche Creek was named by French explorers, Fourche being the French word for fork, as in fork in the road, as a dividing split. And that's where we get the name. You spell it F-O-U-R-C-H-E, the R being silent. A few fish down there. I'm going to keep on moving. Okay, now instead of getting a bird's eye view, we're going to get a under the bridge downtown view. This is under Highway 5, which is right here above my head. This is it right here. Can actually walk all the way down here to it. Even stand in the middle. That was cool. Okay, you can see here that it's starting to pick up a little more volume. This is like just a puddle, but still, this takes in a lot of the runoff from interstate or Otter Creek. The Otter Creek subdivision and neighborhood is right up here. This is Otter Creek Boulevard, and I'm going to take the opportunity to cross the river. The creek is flowing this direction, and you can see that's the little bit right there. But one thing from here, it used to be noted that Fourche Creek had a lot of cypress, And there is some cypress right in there that is they had been harvested, because cypress makes great boards, insect resistant, natural rot resistant, water resistant. But here is the water flowing this way into that section. And like I say, Otter Creek is right there, and facing this direction is Interstate 30. And it's really cool to get to see the cypress trees. There's a few of them. It's not just one. There's a few of them that are right down in there. Just off of Otter Creek Boulevard, there is the bridge right there. Are a nice set of these cypress and a little fishing hole right here. This area is for sale, has a for sale sign right by the drive. $3 million will get you about 10 acres. At least that's what that sign said. And if you have no idea what a cypress knee is, this is what it is. It's a little part of the root system that sticks up from the cypress tree. Lots of them over here. Small grove of cypress. Pretty peaceful under here. There's some more cypress that is sticking up, but the tree has been removed. The leaves are falling now and changing colors. It's pretty wild how beautiful it is just right here under the bridge of Baseline Road. Fourche Creek does go under Interstate 430, but I'm not going to go on I-430 and film from there. I'm going to go to the next spot. Now I'm entering Hindman Park at the westernmost section of 65th Street. And that is Fourche Creek right there, flowing along. Not really flowing too much, it's pretty stagnant like everywhere else. Some cypress. Just on the other side is Hindman. I think it's a frisbee golf now. It used to be a golf course, but now it's a frisbee golf. They closed it. Quite a few tires. Now I have seen people fishing down here off of this low water bridge before and catching some fish. I've seen little splotches of fish popping up. Here's the low water bridge. Got a beaver dam there. There's the other side. Rock Creek flows into it just down a little bit, and typically the creek gets a little bit wider and deeper. So I'm going to go on to the next spot. More power lines. And right here by the old Arnold Palmer driving range on University, there's the sign, Fourche Creek. And it is a very wide section here. When it rains, it is pretty full. All of that green area is typically filled up. Starts to pick up a lot of trash along this section down. Litter from the road and everywhere going downstream from here. But yeah, that's a classic right there. The old Arnold Palmer with the golf ball back there. And now this is the other side of University. There's Arnold Palmer. And I'm walking across the bridge. You can drive to right here. People will go fishing down here, but there's a large body of water right there. People go fishing there quite a bit. And if you head straight through there, that will be right where I was just a little bit ago at Hyndman Ballpark. It's like city runoff. It's all nasty. And then we got the creek itself right here. It's been dirtier. The Friends of Fourche Creek actually do a really good job of floating down and picking up all this garbage. No dead bodies, that's a good sign. And right next to the 16 burned out apartment complexes that are abandoned and destroyed is this bridge on Mableville Pike. The landfill is right over there, the waste management landfill. They built a mountain out of garbage. But there's a pedestrian bridge right here that looks down into a very serene Fourche Creek. Mini Cypress. Very, very clean. Large cypress tree. Thanks to the Friends of Fourche Creek, they have really done a great job keeping this clean. There's very little debris and garbage in here. I've crossed over, which is very dangerous because there's no pedestrian area here. But that's the price I pay to bring good content. But this is more of Fourche Creek. It's very clean and serene. I don't see any tires in here. Very little garbage. Very, very nice. I ain't gonna lie, it was a little scary walking across that bridge on the non-pedestrian side. I was keeping an eye out. There was a lot of cars coming very close to me. Drivers don't really care for pedestrians here in Arkansas. That's true. Made it to the Arch Street overpass, crossing over Fourche Creek, and we have gathered Rock Creek, Panther Creek, and all the other little creeks, and getting to be a little bit more substantial body of water. Now I've seen this creek here all the way up to the banks right there, and I gotta say, other than the one tire, this is very, very clean considering what it normally is. Granite Mountain is right up there. Cross over. There's a lot of cypress trees from here on down. Look at that. Just a few tires, but the water is flowing right there. I have canoed from Interstate Ballpark. That's Interstate 30 right over there. I have canoed from Interstate Ballpark almost to the end where it goes into the Arkansas River. But that right there, that's the biggest body, and it is, man, it is so clean. I can't say enough about the Friends of Fourche Creek. I've never volunteered, I just know that they do it. Makes me want to do it because they have really made this look great. Over here on Springer Boulevard, it's made its way across Interstate 30 and now getting closer to the Arkansas River, picking up lots of city drainage, and you can see a bunch of turtles down there. Still very clean. The water does not flow in a very quick fashion down here. It starts to get very flat, and sometimes it even seems like the water flows backwards, especially whenever you're floating on a canoe. But it meanders back and zigzags to Interstate Ballpark where we were, and then across Springer. That's Interstate 440. It does kind of go under that a few times, but I'm not going to go over there because I'd have to take exits and drive 5 miles out of the way just to do a stupid spot. But some big turtles down in there. No dead bodies, which is another good sign. Getting on here to the very end of it. What a journey. We're about 20 miles, over 20 miles of creek traveled, and probably about 40 miles of road. This bridge is very bouncy. You can see downtown Little Rock right there. Community of Granite Mountain right down there. just on the other side of that's an exit onto Springer from 440. Water seems to be flowing backwards. It's flowing upstream. And right behind me is the Little Rock Airport. And I took a little side jout to this bridge right here. And this is Interstate 440. And you can see here, there's a lot of water in Fourche Creek now. This is probably more river water from the Arkansas River than it is creek water from whence we came. There's a headwind. It seems like the current is flowing this direction. This is looking upstream. A couple railroad bridges. Turtles. No dead bodies. But this is getting down to the last stretch. That is the bridge for the exit of the airport. The airport exit is right there, and you cross over. All along the southernmost point of the airport, along this levee, is more of Fourche Creek. The east runway is right over here. And on the other side of the levee is the creek. And here on the other side of the airport is Rimmel Park. And it continues to flow upstream, looking downstream, but it's flowing upstream due to the low creek and the Arkansas River pushing it up. Rimmel Park has a boat ramp that you can launch into the creek. It's pretty steep going down into it right there. That's looking upstream, and that's looking downstream. We're getting there. Can definitely do some fishing here. If you were going to canoe, I would say you can go from Interstate Ballpark to here. But that last 3/4 of a mile will be pretty tough. Take my word for it. I've done it. And here on the corner of Roosevelt Road and Fourche Dam Pike is a Civil War marker for the Battle of Little Rock. And it says that around this area, invading Federal column defeated Confederate forces at the Battle of Little Rock, and that was in 1863. Here's a little map. There's the Arkansas River. This is Fourche Creek. And how about here? And there's the creek. Just a little bit down from Rimmel Park where I was. Trying to get closer to the mouth of the creek. engagement at Bayou Fourche, September 10th, 1863. It's a lot of cavalry for the Union and Confederate. I'm gonna try to make it around this bend. Just around the river bend. Well, the audio ended up being real bad, so I had to do a voiceover right here. But this is the Arkansas River, and you can see a little split right here coming up. And that's the Fourche Creek entering the Arkansas River. Thanks for joining me on this trip, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.